It's another week, another Monday.
Yes.
It's another Flame Central podcast
It's Big Monday.
powered by Alcova Mortgage.
That's what you get right to.
Powered by that
every
shirt.
Week. Yeah.
How about it?
I mean, look at that shirt. I mean, that's the golf
nice,
outing.
Yeah.
You know
it's a
what we
golf
should do?
outing
Quality
shirt.
material.
We should all, because we got these from the Liberty
Should we all
Athletics
match
golf
one week?
tournament.
You know
we
what?
should all
I almost
match
wore
one
it today. I was like, I think I wore it late last week. I was
You
like,
wore
that
it
might be a quick
Thursday.
turnaround. I should probably stagger it a little bit.
Yeah.
more.
This
And
could
it
potentially.
stands out.
This could potentially become the official shirt of the Flame Central podcast.
I'll tell you, it jumped very quickly jumped to the top of my Polo Power rankings in my
your
closet.
Polo Power rankings.
Yeah.
You were telling me you got a lot of compliments.
I got almost too many. It was getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Before we get to some U.S. Open talk, Malik Willis talk,
Yes.
we're having Kyle
Just talk about
Rode
Willis.
on the
Kyle
podcast.
Rode, one of the best guys to talk to.
Huge fan of the show.
Huge fan of
Big
Kyle.
fan.
Rode.
When your phone rings and it's Kyle Rode and he says, "Can I come on the Flame Central
Yes.
podcast?" And is it
That's-
still powered by Alcova Mortgage?
Yes.
And I say yes. He goes, "I'll see you on
That's
Monday."
how the conversation went down. Exactly. I'm like, fine, yes, Kyle, yes,
Fine,
we'll have you
do
on.
it.
Yes, yes.
We'll get an off-season report from
Yeah.
him in just a moment. But first, happy belated Father's Day.
Oh,
Right,
thank you,
yes.
Emily.
I guess they're great dads, even though you would probably like give up your family for your pickleball league, and
He has on multiple occasions. Yeah.
and you work
that's
4,000
fair.
hours
Yeah,
a week.
right,
so
yeah.
My
other
wife-
than
my
that,
wife,
I
she's
feel like you guys
accused
are great dads.
Yeah.
She's accused
Yeah.
me of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You love the JPL more than you love us.
Don't let her. We'll make sure she doesn't see this Flame Central podcast. There you go.
I think
Matt
we're
said
safe.
it.
I think we're safe. Yeah,
Matt
she's not
said
watching. Yeah.
You and your pickle boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all your little pickle boys is what
The
she
mayor
says
of
to
the
me.
mountain. Yeah.
Mayor of the mountain, those little
Yeah.
pickle boys.
Yeah.
But what did you guys do for Father's Day? Anything good?
Not much. Actually, you'll like this. My dad got my kids all kind of like a little mini lacrosse set.
Oh,
So they got a bunch
nice.
of little lacrosse sticks.
Let's go.
Our one daughter's really wanted to try that. So basically, all afternoon was just spent just slinging the
Well,
ball around.
Reese come
Right,
over.
yeah.
and
Reese would
somebody
come
in
over.
black
Reese would
eye.
Teach them up. Teach them up. So yeah, that's about what we did. Yeah.
I went out to Iowa. No, I went
Yeah.
from on Wednesday. I left to Madison, Wisconsin, and the Yock boys, all four of us, Jeff, the patriarch, John,
Jimmy, our favorite.
and myself, Joey.
Yeah.
Wow,
Jeff,
I
John,
love it.
Jim, and Joey
Yeah.
all met in Madison, Wisconsin. Went to see at my brother's house. Drove to Muscatine, Iowa,
Wow.
to see my mother. Had a wonderful visit with my mother in Muscatine, Iowa. And then we drove to Mendota, Illinois to play in the 23rd annual Mendota
Oh.
Quarterback Club
There's a lot of hesitation
Golf.
between these.
There's a lot of
Mendota
words.
Quarterback Club
Yeah.
Golf Classic,
That's
which
prestigious.
my father
Yeah.
started 23 years ago
Yeah.
himself.
Do you want to talk about the day that he started it, or?
How'd you guys do?
No, just listen. He started 23 years ago.
We're getting him off script.
Listen to me. Don't stay. He started 23 years ago. The Mendota Quarterback Club has
Yeah.
raised over, and only for the high school football program
Yeah.
in Mendota, Illinois, in the last 20 years raised over $600,000
Wow.
for the Mendota football team.
Their locker room looks like LSU's.
Their locker room.
Yeah.
exactly.
They have massage
right.
chairs,
It's like,
sleeping
whoa.
pods, all
Yeah.
that.
So no, we had it. My dad's 85 years old,
Yeah.
and he came out and
That's
whacked a
great.
few. And I told him, I said, "Pops, you ain't got no power left.
Yeah, right.
Where's the power
Right.
at?" And so he hit a
Nas
few.
took it.
Yeah,
Yeah. I hope
So he
you guys
hit a few
fared better than we did in the
No, we weren't
Liberty
much
Golf
better.
Tournament, because that was rough.
We weren't
I
much
mean, it's
better.
pretty bad when you play Captain's Choice and you can't even get a birdie.
It was
We
very
were rough.
similar to that.
Yeah.
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 But no, it was a good time. So and then
Yeah.
we traveled back yesterday and got to see the family in the
Yeah.
evening and
Yeah.
everything.
Wow,
So it
you
was
guys
good.
are great dads. Happy Father's Day.
wow.
It's the
Thank
nicest
you.
thing I'll ever
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Speaking of golf, Isaac Simmons
Yes.
was just
Now
playing
that you've
in the
now that you've
Sorry,
gotten
go ahead.
now that you've gotten married, I mean, should we have the talk?
Oh no, this is no.
We're on a podcast.
Yeah, no. What do you?
Stanley did get Jason.
We're
a
talking
card.
about Father's
Yeah,
Day.
yeah.
It's
No.
I'm not. No announcement.
No,
Oh,
I thought you
thought
thought she
you
was
were
leading up to
breaking
that.
news.
Okay.
Yes.
Will you commit
Will
to
you?
breaking that news here on the Flame Central
That's-
podcast?
hey, you know what?
Sure.
Powered by Alcova Mortgage.
Thank you, Matthew Warren.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Is that fair?
Baby Cud powered by Alcova.
Yeah.
Will you commit to
Yeah.
breaking the news on the Flame?
Yes.
You will.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Folks, put it
so,
down.
Stanley did give Jason a card. He was like, "You're a great dad, but more cheese, and I'm hungry. More
The
food,
dog
please."
card.
Dog
So
card.
cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
Switching gears.
Yes, please.
Kind of. Isaac Simmons played in the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
14 over, missed
Yeah.
the cut, but I mean, what an incredible experience
second-
for him and for Liberty.
Yeah, second
as
Liberty
well.
guy to ever make it. And apparently he's battling an injury as well. I saw him tweet something about that. He's working with your boy Jeff Lowe's to kind of get right,
he's
but
the
he
right
was
guy.
fighting some injury during it, which, I mean, that course
Oh
is
my
hard
goodness.
That
enough.
course.
Did you watch
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
that?
Oh my gosh, those bunkers like all around the greens. I'm like, this
I
would
mean,
be
there
an
was
absolute
some,
nightmare.
and I want to say maybe it was like 14 because I was watching the stream and I saw Isaac play the 14 where like you land on one part of the green.
Yeah.
And it's like, you need 3 putts minimum.
Yeah.
Because you can't just get there. Like, it's like, you've got to go here to get over the hill here to get back here. It was insane. But hey, all that to say, like, he shot, back-to-back 77s? You know else who had the same score as him?
Yeah, give it to me.
Justin Thomas.
How about that?
2-time major winner.
Yeah.
He finished with the exact same score.
Let's go.
And I know he hasn't been playing great, but like it tells you just like how difficult this
Right.
course was.
It was kind of interesting because a lot of players were very vocal about how much they hated this course.
But the U.S. Open's like that. They,
Right.
they do it every year.
They wanna just-
every year the players
Yeah.
complain about the course just because it's
So
supposed to be the
tough.
toughest test in all of golf.
Yeah.
That place was ridiculous.
Did you read about any of the background of that? I think it's the LA Country Club or whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Like,
Give us some background.
so like somebody did this whole little report on. First off, it's like $250,000 a year.
You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then I saw that and it said no celebrities.
No
but-
celebs. Like you can't be an actor. You can't be anything like that.
Really?
No celebs.
But
you,
so Joe Yock.
I mean, that kicks me
right.
out.
So you're out. You're out right away. They have all these rules like
It's
you
hard.
can't like I don't think you can carry your phone into
No.
like come in.
Yeah.
Like you have to sit in your car in the parking lot if you want to make a call.
So strange.
All these
sounds great. It's the way
stipulations,
it's
no
supposed to
social
be.
media presence, like nothing like
Oh.
that. And then it's like there's some weird loophole in the law where they should have to pay based on the property value of this course, like $85 million a year in property tax. But there's some little loophole where they pay like $200,000. And it's just like, but like no one's played it. Like all these players, they talk about all these guys, none of them, or almost none of them, had ever even played it
That's the first time
before
they've
that
seen
week
it.
because it is so exclusive.
But then like who's playing? I know that there's a lot of rich people other than celebrities, but like technically, if you're like a super wealthy guy
Yeah.
and how are you not as like,
I don't know what their line
what's
is.
the
If it's like,
definition of
if
a
it's
celebrity?
maybe out there, it's just simply if you're an actor. Like maybe they just draw the line there. I don't know.
I may seriously consider some of those rules in the JPL.
Right.
No phones.
No phones.
No social media presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are
Well,
good
almost
ideas.
as exclusive.
I'll talk to my friends. We don't.
Before we move
I'll
on,
tell
like
my
I
friends at
said,
the
we have
country
Kyle
club.
Road coming on the show today. But first, at the end of the U.S. Open, I don't know if you guys watched the very
Oh,
end.
it was so good.
It
So
was,
good.
but I'm like, I feel like when all the crowd came and surrounded
That's
the green,
great.
that was a major mishap from the U.S.
is it?
Open. I
They did
I
on
don't
purpose.
know. I
Wait,
I
are
think
you
that
are you
was
saying?
a bunch of
You're saying
crap.
why? You're
Wait,
saying
they said
for
that-
what reason? Like a
It was
safety thing or a?
well, not necessarily safety, but they just had no control. Did you see Wyndham Clark? He was like completely distracted. I mean, I know he had to make the putt in two, but still, like under the pressure and all those distractions that came, all those people that came around, I was not a fan of that.
Really?
There were like
I
guys
love
like
it.
fighting in the bunker. If you go back, you can like see.
There was a
all
fight in
this-
the bunker?
It was just like guys pushing each other, and
Really?
falling in the bunker.
Matt tried to fight
It
me
was
in
a
the bunker once.
disaster.
Yeah.
It was just a disaster.
Liberty Golf Tournament, yeah.
With all these people running, and then you just could see who's he with? Ricky Fowler and Wyndham Clark were just like, what is going on?
They do that all the time, though.
I think
That's a
that
tradition,
that
though.
looked like a disaster.
I like it.
I was not a fan of that. It
Great
was
picture.
very-
It's a great picture.
It's a great
Yeah.
picture.
It's a
but
great picture.
It looked very distracting. That was a lot of pressure. I'm
Don't they
super
do that
happy for
sometimes at the
Clark
British
about
Open
it.
too,
They
where
do.
like the final
I
group
like
comes
it.
up, people just storm
I
and
did
basically
it
just line up all
myself.
around. Really?
Yeah.
It does always look.
2018.
It does
I
always
like
look
it.
really cool on TV.
You want to tell a good story?
I was just, you could just tell by Clark's face, he was just like very distracted, and I was going to feel so bad if he missed that putt and had to go
Yeah.
in a playoff.
But hey,
His
Isaac
story
Simmons,
is a great story.
his is like I didn't even know about
great
that.
story.
Yeah.
Isaac, I've texted with him. Sounds like we're gonna get him on. We'll get with
getting
him
him on?
later this week, potentially for next week. So yeah, So
We can
that'll
go
be
through-
exciting to
we
get.
can go- we can go through some of my swing thoughts.
Right. Good. I actually sent him, I think it was in between the first and second round, I sent him the video of us from the tournament, the Liberty Athletics tournament, just for inspiration.
Yeah.
I actually just sent him my favorite part, which was that little clip of
He
Joey
loves
Hawk
that.
driving
He
and
loves
going,
that.
"What is wrong with me?
No, he said, "What am I doing?"
Oh, yeah.
doing?
What am I doing?"
If you guys don't follow Matt Warner,
That's my favorite. I clicked that and saved
He
that.
sent it to me.
I
He
saved
sent
that.
it to me.
started the show. The Flame Central tease.
We did the
was
TV show last
a
week. We
little
had that in
soundbite
there.
of,
The what am I doing?
You know
It's
what?
incredible.
If I make people laugh
That's
at
right.
my expense, I'm
That's
okay
right.
with it.
What
That's
am I
good.
doing? Powered by Alcova Mortgage. All right, I don't know if you guys saw Malik Willis is a little bit in the news about like how much he's progressed and how I don't know that the
A lot of
Titans
positive
are,
feedback.
A lot of positive feedback from the Titans. So my question is to you:
Ooh.
Is this legit? You know, do you think that he's really progressed and improved that much? Or do you think that they're just trying to make some positive,
In order to trade him?
articles around him just to get that hype up as a trade asset?
Yeah, no, I think that's an interesting theory. And I think a lot of people going in, even these articles that I've read that are like, oh, he's really grown, he's looking a lot better, all said coming in, we thought he was a candidate to be cut. Coming into the season, they
Right.
thought, but he looks a lot better. So I don't know. Some of that, I think there is enough time where reporters and stuff can be around the team that I think if he was, I think they would see something. If he didn't look the part, it would still show up. But you would hope year two, like listen, the bottom line last year, he wasn't supposed to be on the field. Like he got rushed into duty because of the injury situation.
Right.
Like best case scenario, he didn't play last year and he had that entire season to sit and watch and learn and then come back, and now this year you'd be hearing the same things. Oh yeah, he's really taking the next step. He's really whatever. But he got thrown out there before he was probably ready. And that set him back perhaps, and also at least in the eyes of the Titans, like made them wonder, like, is this the guy? And we saw with them drafting Levis at Kentucky, they didn't think he was, or they wouldn't have drafted Levis.
Well, I think that just the pressure of quarterbacks making that transition from college to the NFL is a little unrealistic. You know,
Only the
There's-
top of
it
the
is
top of the
such
top
a
can.
small percentage of guys
that
who make
succeed
that
their
transition
rookie.
Right.
seamlessly.
That's and you know the thing with football is in any sports is this, like you can hype somebody up all you want. And like, oh, they're progressing, they're doing better. We're trying to set you up for a trade, right? Well, the bottom line is you got to go out there and play in preseason games.
Yeah.
So how somebody performs and how he plays in the preseason games, that'll tell you. So I think it's probably very legit. Like, oh, he's progressing. He's doing a lot better. He's becoming a better player in all aspects of the game. But now he's got to go out in the preseason
gotta do
game
it.
and show that he can do it, whether to stay on that roster or potentially get a trade and be on somebody else's roster.
Yeah.
It was interesting to me, like reading it, because I thought that things seemed a little like trouble in paradise there with Vrabel and
Well, it does
how
sound.
much they liked him. And
I think everyone has kind of come to the agreement that their GM liked him.
Yeah. I don't know
And
if
drafted
I
him,
would
and
say
then their
that.
GM got fired middle of last
Yeah.
season, and
Right.
I don't know that Vrabel was ever totally on board. I mean,
Yeah.
he couldn't have been, because you saw like they were starting Josh Dobbs, they pull him off the street, and we're starting him down the stretch of the
Yeah.
season. So, but credit Malik if this is all really happening, like working hard, doing whatever it takes, and making strides in year two. Good for him. We know he's a great kid and a hard worker. And hopefully he is continuing to improve, and he makes it a hard decision for them.
exactly.
Here's the thing that Malik has going for him. What he has going for him is that he's not going to change, right? He is the kind of kid that's just going to keep showing up every day. He's going to try to get better every day. He's going to do everything that he has to do, and he is not going to be swayed by oh, you're not very good,
Yeah.
or you're the greatest, one or the other. He's just going to show up, and that's going to give him his best. If he just keeps doing that, what he's doing, over the long haul, that's going to give him his best opportunity to succeed.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to switch gears, go to the hardwood, but not really the hardwood, because basketball
What-
just had a sand volleyball tournament, it looked
Whoa.
like.
Find out about
Let's
that.
check in with Kyle Road to find out some more. A friend of the show, Kyle Rowe.
Friend of
is
everyone.
Back. A friend
Yeah.
of everyone.
He's a Flame Central podcast staple, is what we call it.
Powered by Alcova Mortgage.
Thank you.
I said early in the show that you were like blowing up our phone. Can I please come on the podcast?
That's right.
Fine,
It
Kyle.
was
Just
more
want
like
another
me
mug.
this
I rotate
morning.
who I text.
Yeah, right.
You
Yeah.
just want another mug, is what you're looking
Yeah,
for.
right.
And
yeah.
you will get a mug.
It's
by
a new
the
one.
way.
I don't
It's
think
a
you
new
have
one.
this
I don't
one.
have this one.
Look, you thought we looked good in person.
look
I mean,
at
this
that
thing
mug.
A little
is-
pixelated.
Yep.
There's only 3 here, though.
Yeah.
Who's
Well,
giving
no,
those up?
we rotate them through.
Yeah,
For our
we
guests.
take
For our
turns.
guests.
All right,
They have
all
to go
right.
in the double wash. Kyle, thanks for coming on.
for
Off
having me.
season for you. What's going on? Update the
Some
fans.
scoops. We need scoops.
Yeah.
It's been a great offseason. We just got back 2 weeks ago. I officially retired from pressure washing.
Oh, wow. Good.
This offseason,
good.
so I'm just doing
Well
a little.
deserved.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a little
Hung up the
basketball
wand.
training.
Yeah.
Hung it up. Hung
Yeah.
it up.
Wand.
Yeah.
And so just doing a little basketball training on the side, and that's been good. Jess is doing awesome. She loves Lynchburg and was very happy to be back for another year. So that's been good. And yes, we just started 2 weeks ago and ready for the next 23-24 season. Which
I
kinda-
know. I saw you
sounds
guys
crazy.
bonding on the beach volleyball court.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who is the best?
Yeah, I saw
beach
you
volleyball
put that out.
player?
You said, who do you think is the best?
Yeah.
Can we take a guess before,
Oh,
before
okay,
and you
guesses.
reveal?
That's a good one.
Because I have a little bit of a sleeper pick.
Okay.
So
Oh, boy.
I think Bryson Spell might be a pretty good beach volleyball player. He's been a Virginia Beach guy.
Big Top Gun guy too.
Is he?
I'll,
Okay.
I'll take that answer.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
see your answer.
Yeah.
I'll see your answer.
I'm thinking Zach Cleveland.
Yeah. Was Darius McGee playing?
No, he kept
not
that.
the team
Hey, come on, he's got bigger
He's
things going
trying
on right
to
now.
forget.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought he was like to dig it.
Yeah,
Dig it.
yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking Darius Smith. This guy's digging everything. All dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach Cleveland. That's who I like.
You're a big Zach Cleveland
I'm
guy.
a huge Zach
Yeah.
Cleveland fan.
Huge Zach Cleveland
Yeah.
guy on the volleyball court.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
he?
is he,
Yeah,
was he the guy?
Is he?
No, none of us said
Yeah.
you, Kyle. You're never
Yeah.
coming
Okay,
on
I'm
the
I
show.
think you're pretty good.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But Zach Cleveland's sister was an All-American.
Oh, that's
in the
right,
big
at
league.
Purdue.
Yes.
At
We're
Purdue.
forgetting that. You guys,
She was on like Team USA or
He-
something
he
for a
grew
while.
up
Yeah.
around the volleyball.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't even
Did he
a
play?
question.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
it
a
was
good point. I didn't think
call,
about his sister.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Great-
thank you.
great call.
Thank
And
you.
then-
I do my research.
Sleeper for number 2 is Steve Berggraf.
Of course.
No, he
You know
isn't.
what? I've heard people tell me.
man, really?
People have told me in the program. They said
This is
you talk
new sources inside the
that
program.
sources inside the program
I'll
tell me
verify, I'll verify.
best all-around athlete Steven
Berggraf.
Berggraf. He can do everything.
For sure.
That's
One-
so,
without a doubt.
Yeah,
that's so awesome.
Without a doubt.
that's awesome.
Now pickleball, Colin Porter. We played a
Oh.
little pickleball yesterday. Played a little pickleball yesterday. Me and Steve were on a team.
You need to have him out,
Colin
Joe.
and Zach were on a team.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And me and,
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, Joe happens to be the commissioner of the most exclusive pickleball league in.
we had about 10 of us out of there yesterday.
Really?
Have a certain partner that we would like to challenge.
Yeah,
go.
we'll have you guys out.
All right.
We'll have you guys
All
out.
right, we're game.
You should see Joe's courts. He'll show you pictures.
We
Yeah.
can roll in there
Yeah.
with about 4 teams of 2.
Oh, that would
Can
be a
you?
blast.
Show
That would be a
up-
blast.
With an hour notice? With
Yeah.
an hour notice?
Oh,
Really?
that's-
We got
Has
4
that?
teams.
Have people moved away from disc golf? Are we shifting towards the pickleball? 'Cause
I'd say it's still pretty equal,
Okay.
but the turnout yesterday
Yeah.
for pickleball
Okay.
was electric.
Okay.
Wait, where'd you guys play?
We played on the makeshift Liberty courts.
Oh, the ones in the gym there that they have
So-
set up, or outside?
Outside.
someplace?
We went outside.
We had a couple
okay.
coaches come out. Football coaches came out last Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Nice.
Willie Korn.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever there's a formal invite, we'll be
All
there.
right, we'll get that.
Yeah,
We'll get
yeah.
that put together.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll
Totally
do like
back
a little
out. Willie
invite.
Korn
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
So yeah,
No,
what we get.
they sit there and say, we'll show you pictures of the pickle. Matt edited an entire like Masters video
Yeah,
of the
it was
pickleball
Jim
game.
Nance like.
I'm
I'll show
what,
it to
am
you.
I the only one?
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
incredible.
I'm like the only one doing work
It's
around here,
incredible.
which that says a lot.
Drone footage.
This
Drone
place
footage
is going
was
down.
Okay, all right, let's get back to Kyle.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
we're in.
This is the first time
Been
we.
a great offseason.
This is the first time we've talked to you since you decided to come back.
He's back.
You make that decision. I guess when did you kind of know? And now at this point, it's not like now you're in.
Yeah.
Like you're in it. You see the team, you see the guys that are here. It's different than it was. Like, what's your mindset now? And when did you know? Like, okay, I'm gonna run this back one more time.
Yeah, 100%. I think for me, especially when you go into a whole season, like obviously our goal is basketball-wise is to win a championship,
Yeah.
make a run in March Madness. So that's been a huge goal of mine, and coming up short a little bit of that this year really motivated me to want to come back. And so me and Coach talked about it after the offseason. This would be the only place I play college basketball, and just the loyalty to him and what he's meant to my life, especially this school as a whole. So the only place I would come back to play college basketball, and I'm glad I did. So I probably knew right when we kind of lost to Kennesaw, hey, like I want to do this again.
I'm sure Coach, you really had to convince him. Like,
Yeah.
"Please,
Right,
Can I come
right.
back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure he had
think about
wide
it a couple
open arms.
days.
Yeah, right. I'll get back to you. Yeah, right.
I'll check you in a couple days. Let you know. No,
Really?
Yeah, right.
Do you really?
I'll think about it, Kyle.
Yeah.
There's a spot for you. No, that's awesome. So happy to have you back.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the grandpa on this team
Yes.
now? And like, I mean, you've been such a big leader for this program and all of the teams that you've been on. Since you've been here at Liberty, but like, is this a completely different level? Like now you're the grandpa leader.
Yeah, I think it's funny you say that because most of the guys on the team I've either had on visits one-on-one or like were their host, and now like to see them, now they're doing the visits.
Right.
And you're just like, what am I doing here? No, I'm just kidding. But it's been cool. It's been cool just to see them grow up as men too, and like how they came in as a freshman, or even when they first got on campus as a recruit, and their growth to now. It's been really cool to see, and I'm super glad I came back.
Yeah.
What does this season do for you from a change perspective? Do you feel as if you need to play a different role as a player on the court? Do you find yourself like, hey, I need to do X, Y, and Z that maybe you didn't do in past years? How do you feel your role will be this year?
Yeah, I think the big 23-point gap with Darius being out is obviously, it's something to fill, right? But I think that's going to be by committee. I think with this new team, we have guys that we're bringing in as well that are going to contribute, and guys that have gotten better in our program. So I think for me, just continue to find ways to help us win, but also I do think there's going to be a level that all of us really have to take our game to the next level, and whatever that looks like, I'm prepared.
You know what he's trying to say right there?
What's that?
I'm going to score him while out.
Yeah.
That's another reason to come back.
That is though, like you've probably heard it. We certainly hear it from fans and stuff that are like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, well, you remember like Liberty was winning before, Darius McGee, and obviously take nothing away, one of the all-time greats certainly, but it's not like this is a surprise to the staff that, oh man, I didn't think, how are we going to replace this production? So they, I'm sure, have a plan in place to utilize you guys and your talents in the best way possible to make up for that scoring gap.
100%.
I mean, I know we had that conversation that you and I had together when you said, I'm so glad we can finally get Darius out of the way so I can score my 25 points.
Yeah.
Right?
Thought that was a private comment.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's supposed to be
That's what off the record means not in the Flames and
I love it.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Can we get a scouting report though?
Yes.
Because all right, number one, you've been around. You're a coach, right? You're a coach player at this point. You've seen these guys, so you've had eyes on these guys. Now I know Matheny, the transfer from Bowling Green, hasn't been around yet as much, so maybe not as much with him. But can you give us a quick rundown? Can I give you a guy and you give me your feedback, what you've seen? All right, let's start with Curtis Blair, freshman coming in.
Curtis Blair, probably one of the most impressive freshmen physically we've had. I mean, looks like a Power 5 wing, NBA wing. Got a great shot. Super. Once you tell him something once, with Kurt, it's done the second time. Unbelievable sense of commitment to the game, and works really hard. I think it's going to be really, really big for us.
That's a good scouting.
Yeah. Jalen Davis was a guy that got signed late.
Kentucky guy.
Yeah, Jalen Davis, another.
Focus.
We got all these Kentucky guys coming in. They've had some good luck there. Jalen Davis, what have you seen out of him?
Winning plays. Another guy that literally looks like he'd be in the NBA.
He's long, yeah.
Yeah, like literally prototype kind of guy, just from a physical build. He's been really working hard with Coach Hornet these first 2 weeks, and that's our strength coach.
Yeah.
And so Jalen can shoot the ball, amazing defender. So I think the versatility with Kurt and Jalen on the wing is really, really amazing.
Well, this is looking
Yeah,
great.
we're good.
I'm excited.
All right. Xander Yates transfers in from Creighton. What have you seen with him?
Yep, I think with Xander, he is really one of the most mature, and being at Creighton, I mean, he was playing with some of the best players in the country day to day. So he comes in here and he really knows how to play. He shoots the ball really well. He's tough, passes the ball well. Another one of those versatile guys. Like, I think that's the best part about our roster is you got guys that can guard 2 through 4, 3 through 5, and on down, and it makes it really tough offensively for the other team to have to guard us, which is awesome. And so he's a really good guy. he's gonna be another one that's good for us, and he has 2 or 3 years left,
Yeah.
I think, too. So.
That's awesome.
All right,
They made it to Creighton made it to
Final,
Sweet 16.
was it Final Four, wasn't
Final
it?
Four?
No, I
No.
think
Or was
it
it
had to
Elite
be-
Eight?
Was it Elite Eight?
It was Elite Eight.
I think
That was
Okay,
the one
okay.
thing
2 years
between
ago.
them.
Okay, yeah. All right, so finally is the guy that everyone has been waiting
Are we
to
gonna
see.
break
Oh, yeah.
Caillou.
Yep.
Yeah.
Caillou. People want it.
Do you want to say your name?
We get their
Shane?
scouting report first.
Okay.
Get the scouting report.
First off, I'm not one of those guys that likes to just like throw out a nickname and force it.
You just did it.
Right? No. No, I've known people that like
testing the market.
Yeah, right. I'm just
He's
feeling
testing
it
the
out.
market.
I know people that will like come up with a nickname and they'll be the only one to use it, and they'll just keep trying to force
trying-
it, and it's just
it's
like
not
it's not working. But here's my thought on Caillou is the big unit. Y-U-N-I-T.
love
The
it.
big
Great poster.
unit.
Yeah.
Awesome
Right?
poster.
Okay.
Hi.
There we go. Thank you. What have you seen out of this kid? We see the pictures. It looks like a monster.
Caillou, one of the most happy, smiling, like, all the time
Yeah.
people you'll meet. Another one of those guys that you tell him to do it, and when he understands you, he does it the
Yeah.
next time.
Has that been? Has that?
How's that
Yeah.
going?
Genuinely, we have
Google Translator?
a little bit of Google
Yeah.
Translate, a little bit of hand motions. We actually have like an AirPod type thing that Coach McKay can put into his ear and speak into, like, just speak regularly.
Yeah.
And it'll translate into Kai's ear.
amazing.
Wow.
When,
It's
when
so
Coach goes
cool.
in depth like Coach does on
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
like preaching stuff,
Yeah,
right,
right.
He does so well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so when that side comes out, he puts that in. But just he picks up things so fast,
Yeah.
and he moves so well. Like it's unbelievable how
how
well he
tall
moves
is
at
he
7
again?
foot. Oh, he's got to be
Is he over
7'1".
Oh,
Yeah. Big boy.
7'1", 250.
250.
Oh my
great guy.
gosh.
How's the cultural transition? Has that been like hard? You feel like for him?
So first day he gets here,
Yeah.
right? Takes a nap. I don't blame him. I mean, he traveled 30 hours. to
Yeah,
get here.
yeah.
Takes a nap. Me and Ben Sutherland take him out to eat. We're like, Kai, what do you want? He's like, anything. And that's all he uses, anything.
Yeah.
And so we're like, all right. I'm thinking,
boy.
let's go in front of Blaze, Five Guys, Subway.
There you go.
Let him pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, Kai, I'm gonna go to Subway.
Yeah.
He's had Subway before, or just prep school and stuff.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm gonna do Subway too. And I love the meatball pepperoni sub
It's
at
the meatball
Subway.
Yeah.
Pepperoni.
Yeah. Solid.
Right?
Delicious.
Yeah.
He had never had meatballs before.
Oh.
I'm like, Kai, try it.
Yeah.
Trust me on
Yeah.
meatballs.
He's like, is it spicy? I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
He doesn't like spicy?
He doesn't like spicy.
Oh, okay.
That I can tell. That I
Yeah,
can tell.
yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Sandwich, loves it. Loves it like meatballs.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
in.
now
Team
he's in.
meatball.
Now he's
yeah.
in. Now
Yeah.
he's in.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Discovered
God.
meatballs.
Yeah.
The meatball sub at Subway.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I don't like all those nice guys.
NIL
Yeah.
deal. NIL deal coming for Caillou.
Yeah.
They
Caillou,
said
the
meatball-
Subway, kind of like the old Happy
Yeah.
Gilmore
Like
the
commercial.
Steph
Yeah.
Curry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a sub.
Yeah.
You know
The
they
big
name
unit.
subs.
The big unit.
They name subs.
Number
after things.
35. The big
Oh
unit.
my
Yeah. Whatever.
gosh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Look at this. It all comes together.
I guess we should mention too. You know the guy who's kind of the forgotten man on this team in a lot of ways. You mentioned him, Ben Sutherland. He redshirted a year ago. People
right.
kind of just like
Yeah,
he's just
don't
kind of
feel
under
bad.
the radar.
100%.
Like, how much have you seen him grow? Because he's gonna be an impactful player, I would think.
Well, he had a whole year with Coach Hornet
Yeah.
too. So like his body,
Yeah.
his
Bigger,
the
stronger,
game
faster.
slowed down. He could always shoot it.
Yeah.
He always has shot it at a really high level, and now he's making more winning plays, and just it's been awesome, man. I mean, he's 6'9". Like,
Gosh,
so
so
Yeah.
you
it's
guys
not
will
like-
have some size
You
this
just
year.
got a little roster put
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, so
Flames
it's been
Nation
fun.
needs
Yeah.
to
It's
relax.
Chill.
almost like Richie McKay knows what it is.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So
It's crazy.
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's
Love it.
been fun. It's been fun to see those guys, like you said too, like now that I'm older, like see how their games change and how they grow and like they understand college basketball, and it's different than high school. It's an adjustment for anybody, but then just to be able to see them settle in and kind of find what their role is in college has been really cool.
So neat.
For like a guy like Colin Porter, who obviously we love and really came on last year, was incredible, and Zach Cleveland, we talked about. What do you feel like, thinking back to early in your career, is the biggest adjustment from freshman to sophomore year? Because now people have seen you in action.
Yep.
It's not just like I'm looking at highlights on YouTube. They've seen you
scouting
play.
report.
They can scout you. Like what is the biggest or most difficult challenge going from year one to year two?
Yeah, especially because I feel like they set some pretty high expectations their freshman
100%.
year for
Yeah.
us, you
100%.
know?
I think the biggest thing freshman to sophomore year is like just the consistency with which you have to do it to
Yeah.
win.
Mm-hmm.
Like you come in as a freshman, and my freshman year is Caleb, Scotty, Georgie, Darius, Cuff, and you're
Oof,
like,
yeah.
I go over 2, we'll be all right.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like
yeah.
I go over 3, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I think now, like you get into sophomore year, your role's bigger. You just play more consistent, and then you don't worry about like everybody. There's a term sophomore slump in basketball. You don't get too high, too low, too early. It's a long season.
Yeah.
Just continue to find your role because we're going to need them obviously to raise their game, and they've been working to do that too, which has been really cool to see. And they're both so versatile too, and pass it so well and can score.
So who in Conference USA are the big dogs? Like who's at the top of the heap in this new conference?
You know, being from Kentucky, I've always known about Western Kentucky,
Yeah.
but with all the coaching changes in the conference and the transfer portal,
Right.
you don't know who's on a given team
Yeah.
today. You know what I mean? They could look totally different in June than.
Yeah.
So and all
But
the
historically, who's
Western Kentucky's
Middle
been
Tennessee
good.
State's
Middle
been
Tennessee's
really
been good.
yeah, they've been
recently though, I mean, Conference USA's changed.
Yeah.
Right. So all the
I mean,
teams that were
FAU
really
is
good
really
last
far,
year are
right,
gone. Right.
right.
North
Yeah.
Texas that when
I
they
don't
played
know
for the
if you
NIT,
know,
UAB.
Kyle
Yeah.
Road, I went to FAU.
Yeah.
I am an owl.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you need to know anything
Is there an
about
owl podcast after this?
Yeah. No. They don't. They don't. She claims them. They don't claim her.
claims
Yeah.
they did. Until
But no, you're right. Like, I feel like the portal's changed everything. Like we talk about all across
so
it
different.
because
Conference
you think,
realignment changes.
and all the teams that are out, which honestly for Liberty, that may be a great thing. Like the timing could be perfect, you know, for them to come in. And I think, you know, obviously we think you guys are going to be able to compete right away.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Get a championship, baby.
Let's do it.
Is there some excitement though about going like all these new places, like all these new teams? Like
Yeah,
it's
100%.
totally a new
Yeah.
new thing.
100%. I think it's everybody's so spread out too. Like it's a different state every game. You play a road game. Whereas like ASUN, I mean, you were going to Florida a lot. You were kind of in that region.
You just want to go to El Paso, don't you?
So you
Everybody wants to go
guys are
to
gonna
Las
spend
Cruces,
a
New
lot of
Mexico.
time
Yeah,
together.
Yeah, a lot
You
of
guys
time
are going to
together.
spend a lot of time together.
The big unit is going to have a lot of new restaurants.
He's
to eat
right.
gonna
across
have-
America.
We're gonna be
that's
racking
right.
up the sky
I mean, the
miles.
big unit is going to be getting a
gonna be
taste of
hitting
America.
Subways
Yeah, he's gonna
and
be-
meatball
You should
subs
do a
all
little. You
across
should do a
the
little
country.
social media thing on the big unit Tastes of America.
Oh, that
Yeah.
could be a fun
And
little
all the
on the
different
road.
places he eats
That's
along
actually
the road.
really good.
Sponsored by.
Powered
by-
Powered by
Alcova Mortgage. See, he's a businessman. You can tell he knows. Yeah,
we're doing, right?
yeah.
Just sign a little deal.
That's
Yeah.
what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Just sign a little deal.
Awesome. Anything else you guys got for Kyle?
Tear it up,
No,
baby.
man,
Looking
have a
forward
great
to it.
summer.
You doing
Yes.
any like trips or anything with the wife? I think you guys just went to the
We
beach.
went to Marco
Yeah,
in May,
that
so
looks
that's
fun.
that May-August area is your sweet spot
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
basketball player. So we did our trip in May, and so
Good.
we'll
Yeah.
go home in August in Kentucky. So that'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Excited
Always
for
so
this
fun.
year.
Yeah.
You pumped us all up
do it.
for,
Let's do
for
it.
this
Glad
new
to have you
season.
Now you
back,
just gotta
buddy.
wait
Good
7
job.
months.
I know.
I know. Glad you're back.
Awesome.
All right, I know you're not supposed to have favorite student athletes. However, Kyle Road, he
What
would
a guy.
definitely be up there in the running,
What a guy.
if not
Great guy.
a
The
favorite.
value he brings to this program,
It's
like
insane.
on the floor, we know that. Like he's going to finish his career. I was looking earlier, probably like top 15 in scoring, rebounding, top 10 in assists all time at Liberty. But just the leadership part, and Richie McKay said this so many times. You're like, okay, coach, we get it. But he's like, he's one of the best leaders, period,
ever.
Yeah.
ever I've been around. And to have that with this team coming back and the situation they're in, new conference, no Darius McGee, like you had to have him back this year. That's
He's
so
the
big.
glue.
He is.
He's
He's
the
the
glue.
glue.
That's a great.
He's the glue.
Yeah.
And the thing, you know, which some people talk about it, other teams, coaches, programs actually do it, and the whole culture aspect of what Richie really promotes here at Liberty, like
Yeah.
the right fit, the right people. You know, with all the new faces that are going to be here, he is going to be that guy to help those, not just hear from the coach, but hear from another player.
Yeah.
Like, guys, this is our culture. This is who we want to be, and he's that perfect fit. to
He's
that.
definitely
So
that
great
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, that extension of Coach McKay.
Yeah.
And I bet, you know, he talked about them playing beach volleyball and pickleball.
Yeah.
They're doing that like without like the coaches setting all of
Sure.
that up. I think that they just genuinely
good-
like
it's
to
just
be
college
around each
fun.
other.
And that's, yeah.
Like we are only doing this because we have to do
Right,
it.
I'm not hanging out with you guys outside
Once
of work.
we leave here,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
golly, I'm glad I got rid of her.
Not
Right.
another week.
Yeah. Back to the salt mines. Yeah. Yeah.
But okay, awkward silence.
Yeah.
But that really does make me excited about the basketball season.
Right.
We'll get some features and dig into who these guys are that are new faces.
You know what? I feel like every year, because like we've been doing this a while now, and I've had the fortune a couple of times when the team has taken a foreign trip of going with the team, so you see them even earlier than normal. And at this time of year, you're always like, I mean, I don't know. How's he going to? There's 12 guys here.
Yeah.
They all look great. How's this going to work itself? How are you going to find minutes for all these guys? And you feel that way a little bit right now with so many newcomers. Like, how's it all? it'll all shake itself
it'll
out. It always does. It always does.
Yeah, but it will be interesting to
Yeah.
see. That competition for those minutes
Yeah.
is going to be really high. Okay, we end the podcast with some mail time.
Mailbag. All right, this is an unofficial mailbag question because it came from one of our coworkers.
Think of mine.
Oh, you have one?
No, I forgot.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll start. So here was the unofficial mailbag question
Okay.
from one of our coworkers. It was simply this: what is your favorite summertime treat? You're sitting out on the deck, Joe Yock.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I could really go for. What's your favorite summertime treat? Do you want me to start?
Yeah, you start.
All right, I'll start. My favorite, I make a homemade ice cream, but it's homemade coffee ice cream.
Oh.
Homemade
I love
coffee
coffee
ice cream. I love homemade ice cream. Just like even the vanilla, you get in the bucket, the old school, you mix it up.
Do you churn it yourself?
Well,
or
we
is it
have
like-
the crank, but we also have the electric attachment.
Yeah.
Usually go with the electric. Growing up, we just had to crank it. We'd take
Yeah.
turns.
That's
You
why
know,
you
me
have
and my
those
brother.
big forms.
Right, that's why the Popeye
Yeah,
form right
yeah,
here. But yes, homemade coffee ice cream. We make a bunch of it every night, literally every night that we have it. Bowl of ice cream, coffee ice cream.
Love it.
It's good as it
I'm
gets.
trying to find mine, but you can go ahead.
What do you got, Joe? What do you do? A Snickers ice cream bar is a close
Snickers ice cream
second.
bars
That's a close
is-
second.
is-
You know how I feel
is
about those.
Really good.
Yeah.
You know what? We do like the frozen ices.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Me and Reese.
Oh,
said
yeah,
that
those
we
are
just
great.
Hammer the frozen
Yeah.
ices. I'm a big summertime. I do like this a lot.
Yeah.
This is pretty plain and simple. but
Okay.
I like it a lot. When you get the big watermelon, you put it in the
Oh,
fridge.
okay. Yeah.
And then you cut that bad boy out,
Yeah.
and you sit on the back porch, and the juice.
You a
just-
seed guy?
It just no, spit the seeds out.
No, not eat them. Like the seedless watermelon or
No,
the
I
ones
want
with
the
the.
seeds.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
part of the
well, that's
experience.
part of the experience. It's
Right.
like you just don't chop
Spitting them
through
out.
it.
Right,
You know,
you
just
s- you know,
spit-
that's part of it, and
spit
they're like,
rice,
yeah,
the
right.
juice goes down,
Yeah,
it's straight,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna say one.
Yeah.
I'm a big
That's
watermelon
good.
guy.
That's good.
Okay, so I think that this is a favorite of some of like the parties that I've thrown in the
Oh, boy.
summers.
Let's.
Well, I would say like a slice of key lime pie, but it has to be a legit slice of key lime pie. Like it can't. If you ever
Key lime
get a
pie.
plate in front of you with key lime pie and it's green,
Yeah.
that is not real key lime pie. It needs
Okay.
to be like kind of like a light
Whitish.
yellow, whitish color.
Yeah.
But I
Key lime pie is
make
good.
this
Oh,
fruit
stop it.
tray.
What is this?
What is it? Why are
And it's really
don't
hard
have
to
pictures?
see.
You can't see
Yeah, it is hard to
But-
see. Is that a carrot
But there's
with
carrots
a hat?
that
What is this, Veggie Tales?
Yeah.
no, so it's a fruit tray. So there's all this fruit around it, and then you cut a coconut in half and put like a vanilla yogurt for like a dipping.
Oh, it's
but
healthy.
Oh.
But then these
Oh.
are just for show. They're just kind of like
Oh, yeah, I thought it
it's
was
a carrot, and then the top is a cut green pepper in half. So it's like a palm
Okay.
tree. And then it has all the fruit and
Yeah.
like dipping stuff, and it's super yummy. It's a huge hit at parties, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, are those palm trees?"
Oh yeah. You know what else really good? Fresh peaches.
Okay.
Fresh
Peaches are
peaches, you
good.
eat over the sink because it just
Yeah,
runs
that's what I like
everywhere.
those
So
stuff, the
good.
fruit that just-
So
that
good.
runs
So
on
good.
out.
All right, that's all I got.
Hope
Yeah.
you guys will join in on our mailbag questions
Yes.
in the future.
Flame
Central at liberty.edu. Let's flood Matt Warner's
Dude, a lot of good
mailbox.
questions.
So send in the questions. Hopefully, we will get caught up with Isaac Simmons about his U.S.
Yes.
Open experience. So be on the lookout for that.
Couple of things coming out this week on the TV show, or you'll see them on social media. One, we do these out of the office pieces. We are with our buddy Gian, who's come out and played
Oh, yeah,
pickleball. Gian
Gian.
Limmy.
Yeah.
He
Gian's a great
is
guy.
all about building Lego sets.
He likes the Legos.
He is like one of the most interesting people I've
Gian
ever met.
is?
Oh my gosh, he's like a chef. He's an author.
chef.
He hosts podcasts.
Is he really?
He does,
does it all.
Legos. He runs like marathons. He's a stud tennis pickleball player. Yeah. So Legos. So we'll get that, and then also a piece on an alum, the head coach for field hockey at App State. Was one of the first field hockey players here, and so
Is
the
now at App State.
coaching tree kind of
Yeah.
comes off of Liberty, and we caught up with her as well.
Love it.
Love that. We didn't do an updated Flame Central podcast powered by Alcova Mortgage with Kyle Road, but maybe next time. Thanks so much for listening or watching. You're really
He's probably done.
yeah,
He's
we-
probably done it before.
He has.
He could have. Yeah. That's ours.
Well, maybe you can get a video of him.
You might be able to
whenever
catch him in the
Matt's out there
parking lot.
shooting the
I'll chase him.
drone at
Yeah.
one of your next pickleball.
Yeah, we'll get him out at the.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
in Colin Porter. Who is it? Colin Porter.
Zach Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
Listen,
So,
yeah, we'll
you
humble these young bucks.
We'll humble these. Come watch
Yeah.
this gong show.
Yeah.
I want to clip that
Yeah,
off
yeah,
right now, and
yeah.
I want a camera out there at the JPL
yeah.
courts
Oh, yeah.
whenever they come out and play because it's
I
beat
listen. I
guys.
just want you to know, if you saw all the pictures from their volleyball, everybody all like, it's gonna look just like that out at Joe's courts. We're gonna be all flexing on them. Like, it's these
Again,
kids.
thanks
they
so
don't
much
know.
for
They
listening
don't
and
know.
watching the Flame Central podcast powered by Alcova Mortgage. We'll see you right back here next week.